Hi, this is Christopher Rosado from Alan Christopher Software, and I'm going to give a quick demo on PrintRipper 1.5. We'll set up borderless printing and printing with landscape and portrait borders. So we'll go right ahead and jump right into PrintRipper. The main window that you see in PrintRipper gives you a bird's eye view of your processes that are active and inactive. We have no processes right now, so we'll go to the lower left hand corner, click the plus button to set up our first hot folder process. So we'll go ahead and we'll give this a name. We're doing 4x6s today, so we'll call this 4x6 no border. And we'll go ahead and create a hot folder with the same name. We'll select it. The next thing we want to do is select our printer. I'll select our DMP RX1. For Mac users, you'll get this any printer designation sometimes for the Format 4 section. Make sure you choose your actual printer name. The any printer designation is generic, and your prints will not come out the way you want them to. So just make sure that you select your printer name, select the appropriate media size. In this case, it's 6x4. Orientation shouldn't matter. Scaling should be 100%. So we'll go ahead and we'll let that go. We'll select our output size as 4x6. We have a bunch of features which we will get into with border printing. The basic features that we're interested in right now, we want to move our original folders, original images to an archive folder. We want them saved. You can output as a PNG file for your saved composite in lieu of a JPEG. We want printing on, so we'll leave that checked. We have no need for duplicates. I'll turn on the manual approval window so you can see what that does. And basically, before a print is sent through, an approval window will come down and force an operator to approve or reject the print. And lastly, in the General tab, we have the Save Composites. Basically, this is your saved image after the cropping. So if you need to go back and reprint for any reason, or if you need to save a copy of these files, you can do so easily. Okay, so we'll OK this process, and we're set to go. So what I have two images over here. I'll move this hot folder down here. And what I'll do is I'll just copy these into the folder, which activates our process. Now our approval window came down. We can select the print count on the fly. We can accept the print. We can reject the print. But before I accept, I want you to see quickly the file structure of our hot folder. We have our archive folder, which is currently empty. This is where the original images will be moved. Composites folder, this is where the finished images will reside. And these two images, which are queued for print, won't be there for long. I'll keep this up so you can see what happens as the process moves through. So I'll go ahead and accept. Processes, prints. The next one comes right up. And again, I'll accept this for print. And notice the original files are now being processed and moved within our hot folder. So you can actually see them go through and print, and it's gone. Okay, so our archive folder contains the original images. The composites contain the crop final output. Okay, let's go ahead and set up prints for our 4x6 borders. which is basically the same process. We'll call this new setting 4x6 with border. We'll back out of here, go back to the desktop and set up a new one, 4x6 with border again. And we'll select that. And back to the printer selection and select the RX1 6x4, and we'll select our output size again. The output size is very important. If you select a different output size from your paper size, what will happen is you'll have stretching or shrinking within your image. With the exception of, we'll turn on the manual approval again so you can see what that looks like. We'll go through and add our borders. In this case, we have a portrait and landscape shot. PrintRipper will try to determine what orientation your photos happen to be and apply the appropriate border. So let's go ahead and set up our landscape border, which is a PNG file. And we'll go ahead and do the portrait. Now, the PNG format is very important. It allows for transparency. In this case, we want our image to peer through the border. So it's very important that you save your borders as PNG files with transparency. Okay, we'll jump back over to the General tab. And let's adjust the cropping. And I'll use one of these images as a sample. Now with the crop adjust, you can position your incoming image however you'd like. You can click and drag. You can use the arrow keys to nudge. A shift arrow is larger increments. In this case, I want to position this so we get a pretty decent reveal. Okay, that's not too bad. You could see the bleed of the original image over the border. Where the border ends, you could see a little hairline, a black hairline. That's basically where our page size ends. So all of this will be cropped out. So we'll go ahead and save that. We'll pull up our portrait and do pretty much the same. And let's see, let's get this to about there. Okay, and that looks pretty good, so we'll go ahead and save that as well. Now every image that goes through this hot folder process that we've just set up with our landscape and portrait cropping, the images will be positioned identically for the crop, and you'll see in just a moment. So we'll go ahead and we'll OK this. We'll move this out of the way, and we will copy these images into the border folder. Okay, and almost immediately the image comes up and ready for processing. Shows us the representation with the border applied. Again, we could accept or reject. We'll accept and let it process. It goes through for print. The second one comes up. The cropping is identical to what we've set. So we'll go ahead and accept this one as well. The process for both Mac and Windows systems is nearly identical, if not completely identical. So if you've been following along and you're using a Windows system, the setup process is identical. You shouldn't get lost in any way. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Visit alanchristopher.com and click on the Contact Us tab to send us a message. You could also find us on our forums. We have a PrintRipper forum at alanchristopher.com/support.